In less than 1 year, I grew a YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers purely by posting YouTube shorts. And I did that by finding a specific blueprint that makes my videos go viral over and over again. So in this video, I'm going to show you everything that I did in detail to generate 40 million views from shorts so you can repeat my strategy. But first, if you're new here, my name is Ryan and I've been a YouTuber for the best part of the last decade. And in the last month alone, I've generated 1.5 million views and 3,000 subscribers from posting YouTube shorts. But trust me, it wasn't always that way. I started this channel that you're watching back in November 2021, and my first year of subscriber growth looked a bit like this. As you can see, it was very slow and very, very steady. We gained 1,400 subscribers from 160,000 views, and we did that by posting around 50 long-form videos. And to be honest, this is pretty normal for a first year on YouTube. According to a vidIQ study, it takes an average of 15.5 months and over 100 videos for most channels to hit 1,000 subscribers. And as you can imagine, during that first year, there was a lot of trial and error. I knew I wanted to start a channel within the YouTube advice niche because I felt like I had a lot of knowledge and experience in that area, but still, there was a lot of experimenting and figuring out which style of content and which topics resonated with that audience. But now I'm going to show you what our second year of growth looked like, and I think you'll notice exactly where things started to change. We ended year 2 with over 88,000 subscribers and 39 million views. And if you take a closer look at this graph right here, you'll notice that something big happened in March that drove insane amounts of growth to the channel. And that moment was when we posted our very first YouTube short, which was actually just an experiment that ended up going insanely viral. So before I show you the video that changed it all, let's take a look at the analytics of that first short. As of today, it's currently sitting at 15 million views, and it gained over 12 million of those in the first 90 days. It's also gained 56,000 subscribers on its own. So it's fair to say that I completely changed the entire trajectory of this channel with just one upload. So before I dive into the specific formula that I believe made this video go viral, let's sit here and watch the video together, and I'll dig into why it works so well. What actually happens when you buy fake YouTube subscribers? To find out, I dived into the dark corners of the internet black market, where sneaky methods are sold that could get your channel banned. But still, I went ahead and paid a dodgy website $33 for 1,000 subs and standard delivery. And 2 weeks later, I was excited to see the results. But all was not well. Only 94 subscribers arrived on my channel, and my videos got 0 views. But it got even worse. YouTube also started deleting these fake subscribers, and because my followers didn't click on my content, I stopped getting recommended as well. So there you have it. That is the video that changed everything for me on YouTube. That's the video that skyrocketed my growth and got me that silver play button up on the wall behind me. But you might be sitting there wondering why. Why did this specific video do so well? Well, unintentionally, I think I discovered a blueprint that forces the YouTube algorithm to take notice of my videos, and it all comes down to the script writing process and some very specific editing techniques. But before all of that, you have to start with something even more important, and that's your video topics. It almost goes without saying, but you need to be finding the best possible topics for your YouTube shorts, and that can be easier said than done. Obviously, the topic for my first viral short was buying fake YouTube subscribers, which is clearly something that people are curious about. It's also very simple and easy to understand what the video is about from just a few words, and crucially, it's a little bit controversial too, which I think really boosts the curiosity even more. People know that buying fake YouTube metrics is against the terms of service of the platform, so when they see that as a topic, they actually want to see what happens because they don't want to try it themselves. But it's also a topic that I already knew worked because I'd actually made this video before. About a year earlier, I made a long form video about buying fake YouTube subscribers, and at that time, it was the highest viewed video on my channel. So when I thought about experimenting with YouTube Shorts, it seemed like a bit of a no-brainer to try my most successful long-form video idea first. And if you've already been posting long-form videos and you're thinking about posting YouTube Shorts as well, that's actually a really good place to start. Look at your long-form videos, see which ones are performing the best, and try just repurposing those videos into YouTube Shorts. It's a great way to experiment and see what happens, because they already tell you what your audience is interested in. And when it comes to repurposing your videos like this, there are actually 2 main methods, and the first one is the easiest. This is when you take your original long form video, find the most interesting sections, cut them out, reframe them, and upload them onto YouTube Shorts. And this method works particularly well with content like podcasts, and it's actually now even easier to create clips like this than ever before. You can use the new clips feature on Veed to upload your long form video just like this, and the built-in AI then analyzes the content for the most interesting parts and splits it up into shorts automatically. So as you can see, I've now got a list of different different options that I could use for YouTube Shorts, and it even adds animated subtitles automatically, which saves me a ton of time. And if I'm not completely happy with each of the results, I can go into the editor, I can change it, I can cut out things that I don't like, and it's fully customizable. I've left a link down in the description if you want to check out clips for yourself. But in my experience, for other styles of YouTube Shorts like mine, which focuses more on storytelling, it's a much better idea to start from scratch, which is method number 2. I tailor my YouTube Shorts specifically to the algorithm of the Shorts platform. And as I'm going to tell you about later on, YouTube Shorts and long form videos have two very different audiences that may as well be on two separate platforms. So I actually rewrote a script from scratch based on my original long form video. I then refilmed that script talking a little bit faster to tailor to the Shorts platform, and then I just reused some of the animations and screen recordings that already existed. But there are some very specific things that you need to focus on when making a YouTube short, and there are actually two really important metrics inside your analytics that will tell you if any YouTube short is about to go viral. These numbers have never let me down, and you need to start planning to hit them right at the start in your scripting process. And the first one is by far the most important. The first one is the hook, or the first 5 seconds of your video. This is where your YouTube short lives or dies, so you really need to focus in really hard on this specific section of the video. Shorts don't have thumbnails, they just get thrown into the YouTube Shorts feed with millions of other videos. So those first 5 seconds are your chance to grab the attention of the audience and make them carry on watching. And this is actually something that YouTube measures with something called the viewed versus swiped away graph, and you can see this metric for any of your YouTube Shorts in your analytics. As you can see, over 70% of people chose to view this viral short when it was shown in the feed, which means my first 5 seconds caught attention right away. And in my experience, 70% needs to be the bare minimum. If you're not hitting that number, then you probably won't go viral. I created an engaging hook for this video by getting right to the point, introducing the topic as a question that needs answering, and then using editing techniques to introduce it in a visually interesting way. See how I use that fast zoom right at the start just to grab attention when people scroll onto it. The central idea of buying fake subscribers is introduced right from the start, so people know what they're getting into. Some other hook ideas could be a surprising statement or a mind-blowing fact, but whatever you do, just choose to keep it snappy, keep it brief, and make sure you're representing your video topic in the most intriguing way that makes people want to carry on watching. And on that note, we can now move on to the second metric for success, and you really need both of these numbers to be right in your analytics or your video will not go viral. And that second important metric is audience retention. The audience retention for this video as a whole was over 80%, which means it kept attention past the intro and it was engaging throughout. I think I managed to do that quite effectively by withholding some information and not giving away too much at once. Imagine if I introduced the video in the exact same way, but then gave the answer to the question right at the start. There'd be no reason to carry on watching. You need to constantly drip feed information to your audience to make them feel like they're missing out, so they watch right until the end. I like to think of this as adding extra hooks throughout my script. My intro hook convinced the viewer to stop scrolling and start watching the video, and my extra hooks throughout the video convinced them that they're in the right place and they need to keep on watching and watching right until the end. Your extra hooks could be anything from asking another relevant question, adding a mind-blowing fact, or even just a funny moment for comic relief. And for every single short that you post, you need to aim for 80% audience retention as a minimum. Anything less will not go viral, I promise you that. As well as writing an engaging script about a good topic, you can also use more editing techniques to make your video more entertaining to watch, which is really going to help your audience retention. Remember, shorts are a visual medium, so make your videos interesting to look at. You might notice in this YouTube short, the camera never stops moving. I'm constantly using fast zooms to emphasize certain points. I use slower zooms in other places to keep a sense of urgency. And anytime I can show something instead of telling, I did that by constantly using screen recordings and animations to tell the story. So all of these techniques led to me creating a video that got 15 million views. But if this is truly a blueprint for success, then it has to be repeatable. And to be honest, there was a part of me that thought that the viral success of this video might have just been luck. It was the first YouTube short that I ever made, so could I repeat that success with another video? I chose some more popular ideas for my long form videos, and I essentially copied everything from my first short. I kept the script very similar, I recorded in the same way, I even wore the same clothes, I used the same backdrop, and I even kept the video at a very similar length. And honestly, after all of that, my second attempt didn't work. It did well, but it definitely wasn't as viral as my first attempt. But then I tried for a third time, and this one definitely did work. Using the exact blueprint and style and keeping things as close as possible to the structure of that first short, we've now had 6 YouTube shorts pass 1 million views and 6 more that are in the hundreds of thousands. So this method truly skyrocketed my growth and got me a silver play button in less than a year. But believe it or not, after all that, there are actually some real downsides to posting YouTube shorts, and they can actually have a real negative impact on your channel. One thing I hear quite a lot is creators talking about how they want to use YouTube shorts as a sort of outreach strategy. They think that they can post YouTube shorts and reach that larger audience. They'll then like their videos, head onto their channel and watch their long form videos as a result, which is all a really nice idea, but it actually very rarely happens. As I hinted at before, the audience that watches YouTube shorts is very different from the audience that watches long form videos, and those two groups of people very rarely mix. In fact, if you take a look at this metric inside my analytics, you can see that only 1% of my audience watches both long form content and YouTube shorts. And this is actually a very common number across many different YouTube channels that I've seen. So posting YouTube shorts is genuinely amazing for boosting your numbers, but it only really grows your audience in one specific area. And since I've started posting YouTube shorts more often, I've actually noticed the views on my long form videos decrease. So before you start posting YouTube shorts, you need to decide if you're okay with your channel becoming a shorts channel. Again, if you just want big numbers, if you want to get to those play buttons really quickly, there is no better option than YouTube shorts. But if you want a more engaged audience, if you want to grow a brand, or if you want to sell some products, you might be better off with the slow and steady growth of posting long form videos. Long form videos may get less views than shorts as a whole, but they do attract more comments and more likes, and therefore a more engaged audience. But saying that, short form vertical video is only going to get bigger in the next few years. We still don't know what's going to happen with TikTok getting banned in the US, and if it does, YouTube Shorts will be one of the biggest video platforms on the entire planet. And the fact of the matter is that YouTube Shorts are super easy to make, and you get a load of views as a result, which is a really satisfying experience. And if you want even more details about my 6-point YouTube Shorts template for success, you should watch this video next.